Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the NEST Dota 2 tournament. We are in the semi-finals now. It's going to be Vici Gaming versus IG, game number 2. In game 1, Lumi, it was just the Vici Gaming show. They just... bam!
I mean, what went wrong, right? I think we both agree that Vici perhaps had the better draft. We liked the draft better with the Storm, Lifestealer, more versatility overall, but they just seemed like didn't have enough power.
Yeah, their draft really, like, whenever you run the Storm Lifestealer bombs, one of them has to get really fat. And Storm died a few times, delayed his Orchid, he was ganking a lot early, like, just right when he hit level 6. The Lifestealer needed quite a bit of help, so I felt like they couldn't get enough done on their own, and the supports had to spend too much time trying to bail them out. They were ganking a lot, but before they really hit their peak, so I just feel like they didn't really hit their timings right.
Yeah, and the supports also were quite weak. The Venomancer didn't do much of anything aside from
and
the
same
laning.
For the Naga.
Yeah, the Naga had a couple of songs, but it didn't translate into a big wombo combo victory or anything like that. So, Invictus Gaming is going to go back to the drawing board, and so far they have both Shadow Demon and Kunkka as a pickup. Alchemist, possibility of a support as well when you combo it with a Shadow Demon. This is the first 3 pick from IG is very synergistic.
Absolutely. IG, just a well-rounded draft here. A lot of team fight, a lot of damage output, good lockdown as well. And I think a draft that needs less farm to get effective in the mid-game. They've got a lot more nuke damage here, a lot more just built-in physical damage from Tidebringer. Whereas their last draft, Lifestealer Stormweaver, is amazing if you get the items and almost unstoppable at that point, but it's a lot more items you need. This IG team needs like a mech, a BKB, and just some levels, and then they can fight.
Yep. And Rubik and Leshrac as the 2 support for Vici Gaming. The Leshrac a little bit questionable in the sense because generally you need a pretty good setup hero. And I guess Rubik can be considered as one, but the cast range on Telekinesis is a little bit sketch. We'll see if Vici Gaming is going to pick up another carry hero that has a very good initiation spell.
I'm curious to see what they go for this game, because so far we haven't really seen their big damage heroes. It does look like an RTK offlane Elder Titan. They'll go for the Storm mid again, I imagine. It could be a Storm safe lane, but either way they go for the Storm here, and this time it's on Vici Gaming side. Last time it was on IG's. Did not succeed, but this game, I'd say they have more, like their supports are better for here with the Storm. More lockdown, more chain stun. Last game you mentioned, Veno, Naga, no actual disables to speak of. And the big question is, what do they go for that last pick? Lifestealer's in the pool, but IG just not afraid of it at all, and why should they be? They've got a cooldown slow to deal with him, Disruption, and Purge. But I imagine Vici Gaming might just go for it anyway.
Yeah, I just think that it fits the lineup so well. It makes your lanes very robust. The big difference is that YYF played the Lifestealer as an offlaner last game, and obviously ROTK is going to play the Elder Titan as an offlaner, and then you're going to have your Choo-Choo probably playing that kind of your defensive tri-lane Rubik, Leshrac, Lifestealer.
Absolutely. Bounty Hunter getting banned out. IG are looking for that offlane hero unless they want to go aggressive. Who's it going to be is the question. There's a Nature's Prophet in the pool. Doesn't match up that well against Storm, though, so I'm trying to think. Lone Druid is available. Anything else that's coming to mind? Clockwork is banned. Timbersaw is banned. They will go Nyx.
Okay,
This looks like it could be an aggressive tri-line even.
And wait,
and like a Kunkka solo.
Who do you think is Nyx playing support here? You think?
It's
gotta be, right?
It could be a support Kunkka actually. We've seen some teams run that.
Well, I think.
And actually, I think Banana has played support Kunkka.
Do you think the support Alchemist is a possibility as well?
Yeah, that's probably it's a Kunkka farmer and either a Nyx or Alch support, but.
Really
I guess the point is that they could do any one of those options.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see.
I think the Alch Shadow Demon is the strongest support duo here because Nyx is very level dependent. I feel like Alch is not. He does more with less levels.
And now Spectre coming out from Vici Gaming. So this is either going to be a defensive challenge from Vici Gaming, or they're going to try to dodge it because Invictus, obviously, like we talked about, has the possibility to go offensive. So it's going to be a bit of mind game from both teams.
Yeah, I'm expecting IG to go aggressive here, run your Gyro solo safe lane, does well against Elder Titan, and then run your Kunkka mid. Maybe they'd even look to do... Now, they can't really do dual lanes because they have too many melee heroes.
Yeah.
So I think Gyro safe lane, and you either just solo him there or you just dual roam. Nyx should probably be the one in the off lane. And it is the support Alch.
Yep. So far, Banana has selected, although the swap could be coming out momentarily. I feel that Elder Titan is going to be a great combination with Spectre, because if you have the Astro Natural Spirit running around, or Natural Order, excuse me, and then you have Spectre Han coming in, everybody's just going to be melting to the, what are those up here? Desolate hits? Yeah.
Yeah, the Desolate hits, just all the extra damage you're taking in general from his aura. It's painful.
Okay.
But we'll introduce our teams now, Lumi. It's game 2 of a best of 3 Vici Gaming versus IG for the NEST Dota 2 tournament. It's a 3-day LAN event. We're on day 2. By the time today is done, we'll know everything except for who our first place team will be. The grand finals are scheduled tomorrow for 10 a.m. China time, which is very early for pretty much everyone. And we can introduce the teams now. We have 2-2 playing the Spectre, Fenrir on the Leshrac, FY the Rubik, ROTK, the Elder Titan. That does put Super onto the Storm Spirit. Will he have better luck than 430? We'll have to wait to find out.
All right. Meanwhile, we're going to have Invictus Gaming. It looks like YYF is going to return to the solo mid. We haven't seen that for a long, long time. He's going to be playing the Nyx Assassin. 430 is going to go up top here as the Kunkka. And meanwhile, we're going to see How, not on the safe lane once again. He's going to be playing offensive Gyrocopter, being backed up by Faith on the Shadow Demon, and then Banana on the Alchemist.
Yeah, I have actually not seen this Kunkka item before. Was this one of the
TI3
items? No, those were legendaries, I think.
You mean the Shadow Blade?
The genuine Shadow Blade.
Yeah.
I like it. It's like the Prophet Scythe of Vici you get from that Steel series.
I actually think it is a TI. I'm not sure myself.
Okay. Maybe it is. Is it the one that... I don't think so, though. But
I think I've seen CTY having a similar item as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, the TI3 one is the one that gives you that, like, the whale when you throw Torrent out, right?
Oh, no, not the mystical... Not the 4 items that they made.
Yeah.
But like a TI3.
Oh, okay, okay.
One of the items that you grab or when you bought a T-shirt or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's certainly colorful. They're gonna find FY here. In comes a hasted How. Oh, he might be able to get first blood, to be honest. The lift comes through. The rocket barrage has not been used yet. He's still gonna be diving for this. Can he get off a body block?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, FY. I don't know if he's dead, but he's taking a lot of damage.
Ooh, good play by Tutu. Came around, basically took half of that damage from him.
Yeah, but still a good play for How. And now they get control of the jungle off of that haste turn. So Vici Gaming gonna have their hands full of this tri-lane Lumi. This looks to be very bad for them. This is just not a good lane for them.
Yeah, the cool thing about Gyrocopter, even as a kind of offensive tri-lane, sure, he has fairly low range. He still could get the last hit. With Flat Cannon, he could harass. With Rocket Barrage, you go for the kill. So he's well equipped on the long lane. And so far, the 2 supports dancing in and out, trying to set up that kill.
Look at RTK. He's just going for like a level 1 first blood. He might well get it. Throws out the spear. Oh.
That's close.
430 does have 8 tangos here, but he'll be forced to chew through them. That is a very manly Elder Titan. And he didn't even have natural order when he started that. But now he does.
Yeah. I imagine that both, or at least Ferrari, might be rushing for the bottle. Although, as a safe lane Kunkka, I haven't seen too much of that. I don't think you do go bottle on the safe lane Kunkka. We'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, he's going to want boots early. Otherwise, Elder Titan just runs you down. They actually throw the dagger here on How. I can't believe they're trying to dive him, but they are. They actually lift up the Shadow Demon. Splitter's going to come through. This is not a very good engagement. Here comes Banana. He's looking for a stun. They're going to have to spread. They get a 2-hero stun. The barrage coming through. I can't believe Vici tried to force that, and they give up the first blood. I don't think they get the kill, even if they have a Rubik lift into a Leshrac stun. That is just... They can't fight like that.
It doesn't help that the stun missed clean when they should have hit. And yeah, like you say, even if they hit that one, I doubt they would get the kill. If you're playing the Spectre trialing, I think you'll be happy if you get the level 6 unscathed. But obviously not the case when you're diving headlong for that kill. And Rocket Barrage is a spell not to be underestimated. Huge damage output, very, very low cooldown. You probably fire off like 2 in that team fight.
I mean, sure, they caught Shadow Demon, and if the Split Earth hits, maybe he drops to half, but he always has Disruption to get out of there. They're not going to kill him. And while you're busy waiting for the Disruption to end, they come in with Rocket Barrage, they come in with the Alk Stun. Vici Gaming just never should have taken that fight.
Well, that's going to give IG the huge advantage here as Brute Speed gets picked up on Gyrocopter, and that's really going to make everybody very killable. Somebody got to pick up that.
Juggling salves here. He'll be the portable courier or stash for now.
Unfortunately, you can't even use that salve, so he's literally just holding that one for How.
So overall, looking at our other lanes, we have Super solo mid as the Storm Spirit. He is dominating this matchup, as a good Storm should. 14-3 to the 9-1 of YYF. He did go bottom to get a DD rune, but you don't expect Nyx to win this lane. You just expect him to get 6 and not die.
Well, he's so far doing okay here.
They're actually dominating both solo lanes. RTK is 17-4. And so 2 solos doing well for Vici. That's important. When your tri-lane gives up first blood like that and is likely to die again at some point, you need your solos to be winning their lanes.
Yeah, and the big difference what we saw from the last game was the Storm Spirit didn't have the, the domination on the solo lane like he's having right now. So expect the Storm to get a quick Gorgic. Expect him to do a ton more against a support like a Shadow Demon as well as a Alchemist.
For some reason, I'm not seeing any gold whenever people last hit creeps.
I think that's perfect world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
They're definitely getting those last hits.
Yeah, there you go. 2-2 gets some gold, but nobody else does, apparently. And yeah, the CS scores keep on going up, but I'm just looking for IG's next level of aggression. Vici Gaming really need to be careful about their positioning here. FY a little bit up too far. There's a disruption though that should allow them to disengage. The Split Earth comes through. Faith dropping to half HP. He is gonna magic stick up, but because he used disruption offensively, they're able to get the kill. FY's gonna live. 2-2 on the run, but nobody gonna die. Yeah, if you use the disruption offensively, then they can get that kill. Nicely played by Vici Gaming.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of miscommunication as well. The Soul Catcher perhaps not landing accordingly. I didn't really see that. And unfortunately, the Rocket Barrage, it perfectly spread onto like all three heroes instead of the Leshrac that he really wanted to kill. So Lesh barely escaped. And, well, they don't have too much to show for aside from losing a ton of regenerative.
Yeah, still Vici Gaming are getting worn down quickly. FY's out of regen. Your Leshrac has 1 Tango left. 2-2's out as well. So even though they get the kill there, you look at IG, and I think IG, the tri-lane that's a lot more likely to be doing damage, and they still have 2 salves.
They just picked up Phase Boot. This is, I think you try one more time. Even though you just gave away a kill by
they're
going
still
for
way
it,
stronger right now.
Yeah, with the Phase Boot on top, you just do way more. Is that the disruption?
They've got a disruption here. 2-2. 2-2 not the ideal one to go on, but I honestly think they can even kill him if they want to.
I mean, if you disrupt the Spectre, you get Desolate. I think that's probably the best person to go for, I think.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Well, for the time being, they're not going for him, but the lane's going to start pushing out. They're constantly harassing here with Flathand. Vici just trapped at their tower. They're not doing well in that lane, but their 2 solos continue to impress. Your off-lane Elder Titan for RTK. He started off strong at level 1, and since then, he is now 32-9.
Yeah, and he's bottle crawling. Meanwhile, Ferrari, he's, you know, still looking at eating those tangos. Looks like he's going to go for Phase Boots. Phase Boot harass with Tidebringer is nice, but you're not going to out-harass a bottle regen, pool bottle regen, so
it's quite difficult.
So I don't know what he's going to do. Meanwhile, it looks like YYF is going all the way back to base. He does have a level 6. Look towards him making that TP, but it's a very obvious TP. When the Nyx Assassin gets missing for a long time in lane, you should expect him. And you can see right now RTK backing off away from this creep wave, the defensive tri-lane right at the tower. So I don't think YYF is going to find too much of anything.
Even if he's off the map, it does free up their other lanes to be more aggressive, to farm more freely. So they still get something for his absence, but it's not really enough to justify having a hero missing that lane. The other thing they could do is rotate their supports off this bottom lane. I don't think Gyro is in too much danger with Phase Boots. If they run at him, he can just run away, but and it looks like they'll do that now. So I think this is the better way to play it for IG. Rotate your supports rather than trying to dive the bottom lane with your carry or your farmer mid, because your offlaner Gyro with Phase Boots is very self-sufficient already.
Yeah, he's going to be okay in terms of CSing. He's going to be okay in terms of surviving. So for the most part, as long as you have like a TP or 2 at hand, that should be good. Meanwhile, Vici Gaming still playing very, very defensive. As a Nyx Assassin finally shows himself back mid, they could now breathe a little bit safer. But RTK has made that rotation all the way from top lane to bottom, maybe trying to set up like a little bit of counter gank.
Yeah, he was scouting with the Spirit earlier. Right as IG are poised to dive, this could really go south. But they've just popped down a lane ward. There's a sentry here for Vici, and he won't get the last hit.
That's unfortunate.
No 50 gold.
That's 50 gold right there, man.
And he needs that value because he's not farming top right now. It's just 430. Honestly, right now, this is really good for IG. They're farming top, they're farming mid, and Vici Gaming only farming one of those lanes. And the tri-lane still getting very little on the Spectre. But they're going in now. Here's your dagger to start. You can't run down Spectre. Or Gyro, rather. You need to run down one of those other heroes.
And TP is coming in from 430. This could get ugly very, very fast. I don't think they scouted that TP with the Astro Spirit. Although,
but a new one will be coming back any moment now.
Yeah, I think the TP was a little bit premature. We do see Stormstorm making the rotation up top. And Nyx Assassin still has a teleport scroll, not making the TP any time.
Here comes the Spirit, continuing to scout, and IG herded away by it. 3 heroes just hanging out. Meanwhile, 430 is in the side shop. I wonder how committed they are to this, because now the top lane's starting to push. They're giving away free farm to Storm in the off lane of all lanes, and just everybody hanging out bottom. This reminds me of a pub, because generally you don't see professional teams just hanging around lanes without doing something.
Yeah, and they can't make it go anymore. Faith is dropping way too low. If Hana's, oh, I say that, YYF double damage. Vendetta back up. He sees RTK. RTK is walking very fast, and he just gets out of there. That impale, man.
It wasn't even a bad impale. It's just Elder Titan doing his work. YYF now caught out, lifted up. He never got off the carapace here. He's getting him out, but the boat comes in and it'll connect. on nothing. I don't even think it hit Tutu. How dropping low. Tutu still alive. They at least get the kill on him, but it's all about RTK now. Cleaning up How. One more right click. He'll go down. They also killed off the Storm. It's a 2 for 3, but it's all said and done. Make it a 3 for 3. Bloodbath in the bottom lane. It could be a 4 for 3 if they get Banana here. They're chasing for it.
Oh, they're going to get him.
Something's been stolen.
No, it was already a 4 for 3 because Shadow Demon died from the outside of team fight. He was already dropping very low, and then another Astro just cleaned him off.
Team wipe.
Yeah, and well, Alchemist, your support Alchemist survived. Yippee! Like that's not really a big victory. So I think IG, despite having a good early game lead, now really in trouble because if you look at the support level, you have a 4 and 5, Shadow Demon, Alchemist, and then a 4 and 6 on the other side, Leshrac, Rubik. So I think the support levels on Vici really tell how this game is going.
That is all Elder Titan. The Spirit, him running down heroes with physical auto attacks, running away from ganks with his big move speed, and the aura. Vici Gaming, if they don't have Elder Titan in that fight, if that's like another offlane or like a Darkseer, I don't even think they win it, let alone come out that far ahead.
Yep.
Elder Titan's just a monster, especially when the enemy supports are so squishy. 580 HP on Leshrac. You're looking even at a Nyx with 770 and 560 on the Shadow Demon. Just a lot of easy targets this game.
Yeah, Justify for the first pick so far, as that's what Vici Gaming snapped up with the very first opening pick, so working quite well for the team so far. Choo Choo is going to find that level 6 in the mid lane, and that's key. You thought they were going to get easy kills just now. They're going to get easier kills with Han and Desolate online now, so I think IG in the coming 5-10 minutes got to be extremely careful.
Super farming at his tower, but 430 running away here. They actually reveal their smoke, but the long-range Alch stun is going to be lobbed out just enough to get off a lift. Now the Haunt comes through. In comes the Storm. They want to focus 430. Bring him down fast. No Coco Rum for you, sir. Now YYF on the run. And Vici Gaming getting the hell out. 3 heroes retreating. But from the backside comes Banana. Special surprise stun on Defender. Can he bring him down is the question. Not dead yet. Super zipping on through. He will fall in the end.
They get one more though. Super trying to bottle back up. He does have a double damage. ROTK's on behind. He doesn't have any stun or his ultimate just yet. Just using Astro and then sending them back. So, but a pretty big victory here. They killed 2-2. They lost the Kunko. That's that sucks. But they got 2 more supports to show for it.
I'm pretty sure I'm not getting any animations for Hal, but I guess he hit like a full flat cannon on everyone along with cooldown.
I'm not seeing anything.
I saw the cooldown animation, but that was it.
Meanwhile, YYF gets lifted on the mid lane, but he's got backup here from Hal. Hal is doing a ton of damage here. FY gets impaled up, and he should be dead.
Zipped on back, but right into the boat. Say hello to Kunka. 430 doesn't actually hit anyone, but gets the move speed from it. Drives them down. 2 heroes on the run, and IG just overwhelming Vici Gaming.
Wait, the bullet in my camera hit everybody, so
I just saw it like kept on just going.
No, mine hit. So
where did yours land?
Right in the mid lane, like right here.
What? I saw Boat just like running through.
Well, obviously he can't just keep going.
I thought it hit everyone because it looked perfect. I was like, wait, Boat doesn't have this long range.
The damage was definitely felt too. So I think
I don't think I'm pretty sure that's perfect world because I swear to God I saw Boat just go way past the tower. But
yesterday I saw a Razor. You know how the plasma field? It just kept going. I was like, when is it coming back? It never did.
I'm sad I don't have Twitch chat open, so I can't see all the people saying I'm drunk or something. But I felt like it kept on going. It looked like it should have hit here, and in fact it did. So either way, a big win there for IG, and they're gonna head straight towards bottom lane, and they almost have a BKB on Gyro.
Yeah.
Vici Gaming do have the stronger late game lineup for sure, with Elder Titan R, with a Spectre, and having Storm Spirit, very mobile, semi-global lineup, but they've got to get a lot more farm and items to really hit their peak. So for now, I think it's up to them to find these pickoffs. They do not want to fight 5v5 against IG's mass AoE, especially once the BKB is out. It's not out yet, but it's coming soon.
Or if it's a 5v5, make it a quick one, right? Use your bow, use your call down, drop those spells and get 2 kills and back off. You don't want to fight an extended team fight where 3 or 4 Astros being dumped out. They're gonna smoke up. They see Super. Can you get off the impale? Looks like they're gonna get completely scouted. Storm zipping away. Gotta get the Impale. Where is it? He's gaining on him. Impale, that's gonna hit, and he's gonna be dead.
Cooldown's coming through. Now the boat, the Tor, and everything. Just for that 1 kill. And the boat, yeah, it just keeps on going right off the screen. On the boat. Okay, definitely not hallucinating.
Alright, they do get a kill on Stormster. I'm surprised that 430 did not use X.
How broken would that be if Boat just kept on plowing through everyone and getting stunning regardless? But yeah, he didn't use X there. They didn't need to. Just Impale into Torrent.
Okay, so they're trying to actually break down this tier 1 tower, but they won't have time because Storm's gonna be back for 10 seconds. And Faith is dropping quite low. I think this is a very good time to retreat. It is a very expensive kill, especially the fact they didn't get the tower. But you can't ask for too much. Faith is dropping really low. A Haunt could kill him if it's online, but unfortunately,
It is cooling down for 90 seconds, actually. Now they go in bottom lane onto Banana. He's got his ult in 1 second. Pops it. Doesn't even matter. Absolutely slaughtered by ROTK. God, those right clicks doing the work.
Yeah, and he's got himself a mech now, so...
I think that's like the actual dropping, you know, that is dropping the hammer right there. The Elder Titan.
Is that a hammer?
I think so.
It's
like a big-ass hammer. It's like a mallet. Is it?
I thought mallet was a small hammer.
No, you're right. It's not a hammer. It's like a weird crushing device. It's just something you smash people's faces with.
Okay.
It's like brass knuckles, except it's bigger than his
Except it covers your whole arm.
Yeah.
And not just your fist. I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, it's actually weirder and weirder the more I look at it. But they're pushing this bottom tower. They're actually trying to fight into IG right now. Before the BKB comes out, they do not have Haunt for 40 seconds. And they're going to TP Spectre out, so I think a smart choice.
I think Vici has the items to actually take that aggressive fight because RTK does have the mech now, so... They could, I mean, call down bow is nice, but they don't kill everybody instantly. It's not like a Echo Slam, for example. So you can get off a mech in between, and when you do, your team's not going to die.
Yeah, and if it's a sustained team fight, that's where Elder Titan's Aura and Astral Spam that you mentioned, that's where, even though I would say on paper, Vici Gaming have the clearly worst team fight lineup, just because of that Astral Spam, it can actually end up being stronger in practice. So, where did they go from here? I think IG, they need that BKB on Hal. That's a big item they're missing right now. With it, he can zone the supports out of the fight, and Elder Titan may be a bit more reluctant to chase and all the nuke damage. But for now, he's still trying to farm it, and IG seem to have lost their momentum this game. They aggressive trialing the enemy Spectre, but him and his teammates, they have 3 of the 4 highest farmers on Vici Gaming. I gotta say that aggressive trialing, it was successful in the laning stage, but it has not kept up the pressure since then.
At the same time, if you look at the Storm Turret, he's making a gank right now on Hal, and he really needs this kill. They do get it. Before this kill, if you look at his score, he was 1 and 3, so that was a big pickup from him. I looked at his items, I was like, where's that Oblivion Staff? He had nothing. Now he's going to pick up the first one. Really needs it back in the bot lane, though they are going to pick up Rubik. Finroy's dropping low, and, well, Ferrari has to cancel his TP because Spitter just forced him to do so. Defensive Disruption. Here comes YYF. Impale, that's going to hit. Kunkka's gonna die, though. They're gonna get a storm.
Everybody dies. That's the name of the game here today. Vici Gaming, they won't be able to defend their tier 1, but they'll go for a tier 1 top instead. And I think for Vici, trading is still quite good for them. Plus, killing Gyro and Kunkka, you only lost 1 core. They definitely come out on top from this engagement for me. And they get killed. They get gold on the Spectre, 2-2, up to 1,300 gold here. Does he have his drums complete? I wonder if he even goes drums at this point. Now he's getting into maybe Vanguard territory, Diffusal Blade, or Yasha territory. Or perhaps even tries to sneak in a relic.
Man,
that would be pretty greedy.
I missed the Vanguard Spectre. Anything with the patch change on Vanguard, it's a perfect item to get on him.
Yeah, it's strong. But he'll go drums, which does help his team a lot more. So, not quite as good for tanking in the front lines. But to be honest, IG have a lot of nuke damage. And that's where the damage block just doesn't do anything for you.
And they do have the mech, so that's, you know, something to tie him over.
Yes, I completely agree. So, Vici Gaming, I just like the pace of the game for them. They're trading. They're behind 9 kills to 12, but golden experience go their way. I wouldn't even care if they were down 2 or 3k. Like, as long as IG isn't taking towers and 5-manning constantly in your face with success, that's a Vici Gaming tempo.
Yeah. Also, trading really helps your Storm to catch up. Again, still kind of slightly struggling here, working towards that second Oblivion Staff. He's not a Storm where, you know, he's going all over the map and dominating. In fact, Super is having a worse Storm game than Ferrari had last game, and Ferrari's Storm game wasn't, you know, spectacular early on. So, I think they really need a Storm to go big here for Vici.
Yeah, and he's got a little more help from the other heroes on his team because YYF's Lifesteal was very underfarmed in that game, and what also helps him is I feel like IG supports are just very poor. So even though the Storm's not particularly farmed, Faith has Tranquil Boots. That is literally it for his inventory. Your Nyx Assassin has... Oh, sorry, YYF was a farmer in this game. Your Alchemist doesn't even have treads yet. Just the Soul Rain and Medallion. He's actually reasonably farmed.
He's 416 though, if you look at his score.
He's still very killable for Storm, though, once he gets Orchid.
Yeah, I think his 416 has translated into quite a bit of wards for the team. So
and it's also utility items. Like, getting Soul Rain and Medallion helps your team. Doesn't help you survive if Storm jumps you with Orchid before you pop your ult.
Alright, Vici Gaming smoked up here as they're kind of rushing towards top. They know they have the backup of Tutu as he's trying to deny a tower in the middle. He gets it off. They want to set up a kill. Faith is a great target. So is How. How does have the BKB though, so hopefully they do notice that as they're trying to make off a gank attack.
They're going to scout here with the Spirit, but that also will make IG very nervous. Faith gets clipped by it and...
he just backs off.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether I like using the scouting of the...
Yeah, I think normally it's great, but Well, Vici Gaming also went for this exact play earlier. They smoked up while the Storm was farming at the tower. And I think IG, it's fool me once, you know, but you're not going to fool me twice.
Okay, so Alchemist, I guess he had a medallion on his courier as he just picked it up. So that's an item that definitely helps the team.
Yeah, Medallion Soul Ring, again, just very squishy in his own right,
Mid
but
lane,
helps
though,
the team a lot.
Choo-Choo gonna get stunned. Medallion as well as the Acid Spray being dropped on top. Every spell in the book on Choo-Choo.
Yeah, Banana kind of screwed that up, because you want to drop the Medallion and the Acid Spray before the stun hits, but they had 5 heroes there, so it doesn't really matter.
Spectre did buy himself a Rope Magic before dying, so, you know.
Gets that value out of his gold. But you really want to get the Blades of Alacrity first, so not ideal.
I don't think he had go for that, so.
Yeah, it did have the money.
So,
try and make it go on super here. With an X-Torn combo, they could kill him off. He zips really far away. Really far away, but actually 430's here. He threw out a blind torrent. He's still got an X. I don't think he realizes how low super is in terms of mana. It looks like 430's going to back off. They're going to group up as 5. And IG will look to put some pressure on this bottom lane while that's happening. RTK trying to push out mid, and there will be a teleport reaction towards the top lane. That's your Spectre. Tutu does not want to be joining these fights with his hero yet. He's got Haunt if he needs to get there. But I think at this point, with IG having the position they do and the BKB on Gyro, you don't try and take this fight. You just go for a trade.
Yep. And
I don't think they're going to get a trade, though.
I don't think they are. Acid Spray is a fairly annoying spell to push against. And Banana is kind of going forward right now, so yeah.
They'll take the tier 1 bottom, so another tower falling in favor of Vici Gaming. And now Roshan line a bit more open for them. Vici always have a good lineup to contest Roche, though. Lots of mobility, the Astral Spirit to scout things out. But here comes IG, 430. Hanging out near the ramp. Not looking to go in just yet, but I would like to see more X-Torrent ganks, more Nyx ganks. I feel like when they've gotten those kills, it's taken a 5 hero. Like, they shouldn't need 5 heroes to kill everyone on Vici.
It seems like both teams are going for 5 hero kills. You know, you have one side smoking.
Well, Tutu's always farming, though. He's
right.
the X Factor.
Yeah, he's the person that's allowed to farm. And to a certain extent, Stormster is having similar pattern, because he could also join in from very far away. Meanwhile, though, it seems like Hao is definitely the one that's benefiting from most of the farm, as he is leading in terms of the net worth chart by quite a bit.
And making super here very sad as well. One Oblivion Staff has been up. Does he have any components? Yeah, he's almost got his Orchid. So he'll get Orchid Suit, and this is such a good item against IG. Amazing against Nyx, amazing against Shadow Demon, and even good against Alk to prevent him from getting off his ult. Well, I mean, it's the standard Storm build, but it's going to be more effective this game than most.
The thing is, if you don't get the Shadow Demon, whoever you're getting is going to get disrupted. So, in that sense...
Well, you just get Shadow Demon then. That's great.
Well, if you're getting a Shadow Demon, I think IG says, alright, you're getting a Shadow Demon.
Shadow Demon's important.
I suppose. It's not the... I don't know. The fact that you're forced to get a support instead of like a very important semi-carry.
Yeah.
I think IG is okay with that.
They're okay with it, but I think it still favors Vici Gaming. You get that kill on Shadow Demon, you take a tower off of that. Once you take one tower, then you got a little more map control, a little more space for your Spectre to breathe. They don't need to win a 5-hero fight. They just need to find a pick-off hero there and stall for late game, which is exactly what they're doing right now.
So IG is trying to defend these tier 1 towers. So far, with Acid Spray on top, Flat Cannon, it's hard to actually push into it. And meanwhile, you see that IG is actually trying to take this Ancient stack as well, but RTK being annoying as ever. Scouting things out, being a little bit damage here and there.
Yeah, and they'll get the Ancient stack off again. This is something Hao will look to farm. He's got a Demon Edge up. He'll be going for the MKB. Vici Gaming do not want to give this away uncontested. They zip in, they grab a Haste Rune. It's RTK in the front lines. It's too late. These Ancients are already dead.
The minus armor from the Acid Spray really helps out.
And the Medallion.
Hao's got a Demon Edge on top of everything, so this is a fairly annoying team
fight. In, they found Hao. Now your Haunt coming through. Can they kill him in time? No, they cannot. The BKB comes out. Earth Splitter over the top. It's not doing enough. Now the call down. The Torrent. All of the nukes, even the Impale from YYF, they get two. They immediately force out an RTK buyback. FY on the run. One more right click. He should be going down. And meanwhile, they've X'd back the Storm. It's a bloodbath. It's 4 heroes dead. The lone survivor was 2-2. And they force out a buyback, which does nothing for RTK.
So I think the reason that IG really won the teamfight, and in fact, look at how close and how low every hero on IG was. If the teamfight went a little bit differently, I think Vici Gaming could have definitely took it. But IG was able to dump out every one of their spells. The Call Down the Flag, the Torrent, and the Bolt. When you drop all of your big AoE spells, it's Vici that's melting. Vici want to take sustained teamfights, and IG is not allowing them to do that.
It's just going on Gyro that's the problem. They go on Gyro, but they don't have enough lockdown or burst to kill him. And meanwhile, 2-2 dies bottom lane. thought he could stick around after that team fight ending, but he was very wrong about that. IG strut up on him. Looks like an X torrent into an Alk stun and an easy kill.
So suddenly, if you look at how the game's going, Spectre's got, I guess he's working toward that Refusal Blade. He's not going to finish anytime soon. Orc gets up on Super, but I feel like he needs a BKB to be, you know, effective as an initiator. And RTK is going for utility. I really don't think Vici could actually tie this over in the mid game, whereas on the other side, you see Demon Edge and MKB coming out very soon. Banana is actually getting a Necro book, so he's actually something that matters as well. YYF is going to have Blink, I imagine, very soon. No, he's got a mech. And then Ferrari's got a BKB as well. I think IG's item is just much, much more impressive than Vici's.
IG's going to have an opportunity, exactly like you were saying, in, say, the next 5 to 10 minutes to just win this game outright before Vici Gaming actually come online with Spectre. If they give him 10-15 minutes, he'll have Diffusal Blade, he'll have his Yasha, he might have the Vitality Booster at that point, and then things get a bit trickier. I still think IG can take it late, but this is really their comfort zone. The next 10 minutes, this ideally is where you want to be taking your first lane of Rax and seizing this game by the horns.
I agree, and I really appreciate Faith stacking for Hao right now, because if you look at the net worth, Hao's net worth is just miles ahead of everybody. A part of that is his 827 score, which is, you know, very, very impressive. But there's also that, like, 5-6 Ancient stack that Faith was giving to him.
He's already got MKB, 25 minutes in.
MKB, BKB with 2 def on top. Like, it's not like he's just cruising through this game, so I really think that, yeah, eventually Spectre's going to outcarry us. Gyro.
Coming in, they want to focus on Faith. They'll get the kill there with the Orchid quickly. And a nice little tactical pickoff, but they're really trying to force the tower. That's going to cost Fenrir his life. Impale should be the death of him. He's running away for YYF very fast with that 375 Tranquil Boots move speed, although it looks like it will end here. The Impale comes out onto Hao, or Hao onto him. He'll go. Gets the kill. So 1 for 1. The tower mid is not deniable.
Yep. Meanwhile, you do see Vici trying to get something in return, because they know they can't really defend a tier 2 push should it come, so they're going to just go ram at the tier 1 in the bot lane. I think they're actually going to slow it down. Well, 430 though here is going to try to go for a pickoff. Yeah,
for Vici, they just want to stick to their game plan here, which is just basically split push whenever your ults are on cooldown. Nice zip away from Super. Does get outstun, but it's 2-2, the real one in trouble. Goes into the trees and runs off the path of the dagger. Gets clipped by a torrent.
What a play.
430 with just the insane prediction.
Okay. 2-2 dies another time, so every time he dies, he gets a Blade of Alacrity to show for.
He's dying too much. He's 2-5 as Spectre.
Yeah. You say that Spectre's going to come in sometimes, but when is that sometimes? I don't know.
Not if he dies this much.
Oh, Super gets stunned without mana. He's dead.
Yeah, this is falling apart for Vici. I mean, it's all just coming apart at the seams, really. This is a single elimination, so the loser of this best of 3 is knocked out of the tournament.
Fenrir. Well,
X-Torrent. Yeah, he dead.
I don't think he was expecting. It was like, oh, they just killed somebody. They're not going to keep coming into the jungle.
That's like the 5th or 6th time that Vici Gaming have just not expected IG to keep on diving. Remember, this is the team that invented the face rush back in Dota 2, way back like before, right after TI2 happened. I mean, these guys love their aggression. The knock on Chinese Dota used to be that everyone farms too much, but not IG. They've always been a team that looks to fight a lot early and often, and Vici Gaming just not respecting them. Like earlier bottom lane, 2-2 stopped to farm. He easily could have just ran back and lived. I feel a lot of these deaths for Vici Gaming are avoidable. If they just play more carefully, stop trying to be greedy and farming off on their own. But now that they've given up this many kills, I don't know if they can even farm at all.
I absolutely agree. Right now, Vici Gaming, if they need to farm, they have to kind of turtle spectacular, set up counter ganks. And when you have heroes like Storm Spirit as well as Spectre's Haunt, counter ganks isn't that difficult. But the problem is that IG has so many more items that they're going to be a lot more survivable. They could die faster, they could kill you faster, such that your counter gank's not going to be as effective. So IG right now, they are on cruise control as another, what is that, Roshan timer?
Hal's like, thanks for the reminder. Roche will potentially start respawning. No, that's not. Oh, that's where the Aegis despawns, I guess. But I don't know if IG really need that Aegis anyway. So.
Yeah, Hao picks up yet another item here in the form of a Helm of Dominator. So he...
I'll Satanic soon. He really will. He's going to take the tier 1 top, and he'll probably just keep on going for the tier 2. Gem comes out on the Elder Titan now. And I just don't know, Lumi. Vici Gaming just have to find fights where they have a clear advantage. And they won't have a clear advantage in a, you know, an even scale engagement. They need to be like 5-on-2 here, 5-on-3.
All right.
Or 3-on-1, you know, something like that.
430, looking for the X. He's going to find Super. Well, Super, he's dead.
Caught out again. They wanted to be aggressive. They're going to pay for their insolence. Now FY on the run. He's managed to steal Torrent. Throws it out, but does not manage to catch 430. Is there an X? Is there a Torrent? No.
What?
He barely escapes.
How in... That was...
Worth it. He got X. He's got a lift Torrent now.
I was like, there's no way he's going to make it out alive, but okay.
The X Torrent was already used. Looks like Impale was on cooldown as well. They did throw a lot on that
Super
kill.
Yeah. Well, the Rubik lives, and looks like Choo-Choo's got himself a Diffusal Blade. That's nice. But I don't think that's going to help him survive. I really think it should have been like a Vit booster into something else.
I don't know what his... I don't think his item selection matters, to be honest. He's just died too much. Like, he's died 3 or 4 times in the mid game that I would say were completely avoidable.
Yeah, I agree. But you saw how Stormstar died right there, right? He died, but he tanked so many spells that it makes the next person a little bit more survivable. So I think that even though you're going to die eventually, by having it, well, we'll talk about that later, as Impale does cleanly miss, they're going to go on RTK. RTK force half himself back out. Earthsplit's going to hit on 4, and the Han comes back in. BKB gets forced out here on How. How's dropping low, he's dropping fast, he's got the H, it's still survivable, and Super gets...
He ain't dropping at all. They get 3, they want more. This Gyro is too fat to fail right now. The Spectre on the run. In the tree line he goes. He never had a chance to buy a TP scroll. They can maybe kill him off. Your gem has hit the deck. I don't even know if they care about this gem. They'll pick it up on Banana. It was Vici Gaming gem, so more economic damage. The Aegis gets popped 10 seconds before it's about to expire. It does heal you now.
As a regen route, so you could get canceled though. That's the thing.
I think it's better not to cancel that Aegis there. Or not to pop it, but this is going to be Rax Lumi. There's no Earth Splitter. There's no initiators. Spectre throws out a dagger. And then 2-2 possibly dies. Yeah, he's dead. X Torrent stun. Feed.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, he wanted to slow down the push and like get them to chase him, but IG could have either ignored that and just kept on focusing their X because they already have creeps in the base, or they could have done what they did, which is just go and kill him. So I can understand the thought process, but the execution was once again a bit lacking.
Yep. And now IG will back off. And that's I think that's game.
Yeah, it's never, you can never say never with Spectre, but there's no mojo for 2-2 this game. Let's be honest. He has just been getting caught all game long. 2-6, but it feels like 2-60. It's because like every time he dies, it's like the worst possible timing for him to die as well.
Yeah, I think there were a couple, avoidable death like you talked about. Spectre, I think he was really playing like he had a Vanguard, and he obviously does not, so he's...
That's true. That might be a way to think about it.
Yeah. Also, Super, again, has the Orchid, but hasn't really found too many kills, right? He's just initiating and not having a good time, but looks like this is a big smoke gank for the team. Looking for perhaps the Ancients?
Roche is not even it's not even possible for him to respawn yet, but their entire team is smoked up. They hide in the pit. Now the smoke gets revealed. They're going to zip on in, but there's nobody there. Now YYF turns it around quick. Double Blink Impale. And here comes your Gyro. Call down AoE special. Super's going to mount. 3 dead. You could just GG now, Vici, and indeed they will.
Yeah. Again, all of these team fights that IG have won are instant victory, right? It was call down, bow thrown out, and they just win. The Blink Dagger on YYF also tied everything well together, so...
Yeah, great performance.
And game 3, here we go.
Well, game 2 in the books. We're going to be headed to a game 3, Lumi. Who's your rare zone?
Gotta go on IG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
the tried and true, the tested.
It seems Cow has left the building, so I'll shut us down here for game 2. But any closing words here while we wrap up?
No. And Lysander needs...
You're supposed to fill airtime, Lumi.
Lysander needs BTS stream key, by the way. Just letting you know. Yeah, all hell broke loose at BTS as our producer is betting more commons on some other game. I don't know what's going on, but yes, we'll be back for game 3. As LD is also messing up the production.